Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Joining BJ Rains today is KTVB Sports Director Jay Tust. Check him out on Twitter at KTVB Sports Guy and make sure to check out KTVB.com. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now here's Jay Tust and BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, another day in Las Vegas begins. Fremont Street up and at it early this morning. Circa Resort and Casino. Our spot here for the Ultimate Contest weekend. Excited to be here. As we were yesterday, we'll be broadcasting live again today. And, of course, that means Circa Sports, the largest sports book in the world. It is truly a paradise, a palace. It's heaven. It's whatever you want to call it, Jay Tust. Circa Sportsbook, the largest sports book in the world. You see the odds over there. They've got the games. As you come down the escalator, you've got all of the couches and chairs you can reserve. I think there's one for the World Series, Seattle Mariners, Jay Tust's name written on it there. Speaking of the Mariners, they got the odds there. Let's see what they're going at today. Seattle Mariners against the Kansas City Royals. Mariners are minus 180 today. Big favorites there. But another spot I'm sure Jay Tust will be someday. The Sports Gambling Hall of Fame just opened here at Circa Resort and Casino. A cool spot at 8 inaugural inductees of the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame here. So don't quite see Jay Tust's name on there yet, but I know that is coming. We are here for the Ultimate Contest weekend. Radio Row, the Galaxy Ballroom. We were just here about 3 weeks ago. Jay Tust for the Mountain West Media Days. We are back. It's still pretty early. A lot of the different radio stations are showing up. As you see here, I see stations from Houston, Chicago, St. Louis, all across the country. And as you make your way down into the corner, you see the spot where Bronco Nation News is. we bring you in here. My name is BJ Rains. We've got Jay Tust with us as well. Let's see if I can do this properly this time. Jay Tust. Switch the names. There we go. Nothing like doing it on the fly. How we doing, Jay?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Happy to be down here in Las Vegas. Happy to talk sports with you here, and we appreciate it. We're a little later time today because, Jay, I've got a couple guys joining us here at later in the show, so we started a little late to accommodate their schedule. I know that you in particular make a nice, fat, wealthy, salary working at KTVB. But the guys that are going to come on and join us actually won the $1 million in the contest at Circa last year. So they've got the Blue Blazers on. They just flew in from Detroit yesterday. I saw them having a good time last night. And so a millionaire, the winners of the contest last year, which, by the way, one of the guys I talked to, big Boise State basketball fan, he starts going, "Oh, they don't have Shaver this year, man. Who's taking the point?" And I'm like, man, this guy knows his stuff. But so we'll be talking to some guys that won this contest, Circa Sports, Circa Survivor, the Circa Millions contest later on in the show. But for now, we got a ton to get to with you with the realignment talk going on as finally others, including Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports, are reporting what Jay Tust originally reported a couple days ago, that Gloria Nevarez was going to be at Washington State in person meeting with them. And that did happen, I guess, yesterday, as you said it would. And so hat tip to you on breaking that story. And then obviously it's going to happen at Oregon State as well. And then Mike Oresco kind of stuck with the Zoom meeting, it sounds like. But a lot to get to, and appreciate it as always. Jay, how's it going?
It's good, man. Yeah. Not a lot of news out of Pullman following that, it seems like, though. So, yeah, I don't know how to interpret that, obviously, but there's going to be a conference courting a couple of teams here in the next week or so, and we'll see how it goes. And obviously the AAC is going to make their play as well. And who knows, maybe they might up the ante in terms of their previously scheduled Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So Mountain West made their way to Pullman. Will the AAC now get out there and maybe even to Corvallis? I think we'll have to wait on that, but it wouldn't surprise me if things like that change, BJ.
We are down here in Las Vegas. Let us know where you're watching from. Rusty is in Council, Idaho this morning. So Rusty, appreciate you. Jake, who is one of the folks that I'm actually entering in one of the contests, and Jake says, where do I get fitted for the Blue Blazers? So Jake is already expecting to win the $1 million contest, although he's doing the Survivor, $8 million, Jay Tust, $8 million to the winner or the last one standing for the Circa Survivor. And I said this yesterday, $9.95 in the gift shop, Jay. I went down and bought this. According to Mike Prater, this is more valuable to John Mallory than a Playboy, but it is the NFL Master Schedule. So every game, every team's bye week, a nice little laminated card here. And I can tell you tell me a team in a week, and I can tell you what they got going on. It's a pretty cool little schedule here. It tells you if they're on Thursday, Monday, the whole schedule here. So I'll be using this for the contest. We're going to be entering, again, the Circa Survivor, the Circa Millions, and it's going to be fun. And by the way, Jay, I should go ahead and give the shout-out to Circa Resort and Casino. For some reason, picked me up in the limo, the stretch limo for one, Jay. Stretch limo for one. I almost felt guilty. There's our driver putting in the BNN gear into the vehicle, but they picked me up in the stretch limo. Of course, you got to have, you got the music going. You got a beverage in there. I don't even know if we can hear the music. What are they got? Something bumping here. This is a typical ride for Jay Tust, but now I thought this was pretty cool. I had to show you this real quick. Last night, Jay, they do some shows here. The bartenders, are worth watching. This gentleman right here is pouring 7 shots of one into the glasses below. Not even on the same level for 2 of them there. Pretty impressive. The show you get at Circa Resort and Casino. Did you pull that off, Jay Tust?
Definitely not, man. There's no way in heck I could do that. How many of those do you have?
No, none of those were mine, actually. No, none of those were mine at all. No, I just happened to be there, and some of the management from Circa, we were kind of hanging out. But I was telling Mike Prater, I think I was struggling a little yesterday morning, so I made sure that last night was a little bit. Got to the bottles of water a little earlier in the evening last night, and feeling good. Got my shower in and got shaved. Got the hair gel in. I mean, I'm I'm ready to go today. So we're having fun. We got to get you down here, Jay. A little birdie does tell me that the Mountain West will be returning here for media days. By the way, that hasn't been announced, but heard they may have signed a multi-year deal to bring it back here, and even told maybe like the AD meetings and some of that stuff's going to be moving here as well. So Circa Resort and Casino is doing what any smart company would do, or any smart person. They're staying. They're using or the Mountain West is smart, using Circa Resort and Casino. We're happy with our partnership with them. We're down here with 29 different radio stations and podcasts around the country. Today could get fun, Jay. It's an open bar out at the pool for all the media and guests here and stuff. So we'll be recording the segment with Johnny and Bob here right after we get done. I'm not waiting around till 4:00 to go on with them on KTIK, but. If you want to sign up, let me know. We're here for the contest weekend. Like I said, I can help you sign up. I'm signing up a couple people after the show today. You have to sign up in Vegas, but somebody else can sign you up. And then when you go back, you can play through a proxy, and it's 100% legal to play anywhere in the United States with the laws, and because it's not gambling, it's a contest. So there's some ways around it, and it is perfectly legal. If you're interested in playing, it's a $1,000 entry. Get a couple buddies together. Would love to have you jump in. But a lot to get to today, Jay. We touched up briefly on the realignment stuff, and somebody's asking, Bill chimes in, kind of what are the odds now Washington State, Oregon State are Mountain West members in 2024? I think the only thing left for me, Jay, is it's going to be 14 teams, and is it called the Mountain West or the Pac-12? I mean, I think Stanford and Cal are gone, and I think it's likely that we're going to have Washington State and Oregon State in the same conference as Boise State. What's that conference called, though? I think it's kind of the only remaining domino, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that by the weekend, I think you're going to see at least some of this play out, and that's probably Stanford and Cal finding a landing spot somewhere in the AAC or ACC, excuse me. And then after that, Oregon State and Washington State will have to make their decision. I don't think we see that decision before next week, though. I think that has to, they obviously want to visit with the AAC, the American Athletic Conference, and it's all a bargaining chip at this point, BJ. I mean, we've talked about this in terms of, do Oregon State and Washington State get a deal like Boise State got, where Boise State receives $1.8 million in TV revenue every year over any other team in the league. So do they get a spot like that? I'm not saying they should. I'm just speculating. Do they get a share like that for joining the Mountain West Conference? I think that you strong play the AAC, you make them seem like they covet you. Maybe they give you a deal and you go back and you say, this is what we're getting from them. It's all bargaining or leveraging what you can at this point. But yeah, I think it's going to stay the Mountain West. I don't know why it changes. I think it stays the Mountain West, and you get two schools. I mean, you're not competing for a brand anymore, BJ, right? Like,
yeah,
the Pac-12's done. So why not just use your own conference and keep it that way, especially when there's nothing you gain from it?
I believe there's something to do with the money, or if they're still technically if they call it a reverse merger, and I think there's more money on the table potentially if they were to stay with the Pac-12 name.
The one thing that I would wonder there, though, and I got to look a little bit more into this. So if the Pac-12 completely dissolves, there still is, I mean, the Pac-12 is still worth something. They still have money left over, right?
I believe if it dissolves, though, then those teams actually still get the money.
Right.
But if it stays, the league keeps the money, even if it's two teams or the name.
So that's the interesting thing at play right here, is because if it happens, man, it actually could be more lucrative for Washington State and Oregon State to just split that cash, join the Mountain West, and then they at least have a couple of, they've bought themselves a couple additional years of trying to survive, I guess, on not having that inflated Pac-12 versus the Mountain West TV revenue budget. So we'll see how it goes. On that note, that might mean incentive for the Mountain West to adopt the Pac-12's title, but all that stuff has to play out. It'll be interesting.
Now, some folks said that I upset you the other day when we were at the James, and you being a Washington State alum, and I said Washington State doesn't deserve any extra bonus money or any sweetheart deal like Boise State got. There is no disrespect intended towards Washington State fans, all of the alums. I'm friends with many of them. I just don't think in my personal opinion, I don't think the AAC is a realistic option. So I don't know if it's, that Washington State's trying to do that to drum up some more interest and try to get a sweetheart deal out of the Mountain West or what. But
I think that's what it is.
When what are they going from 30 million down to at least 10 or even less? Like
less probably.
If you're going down, you're losing 66% of your athletic, the money you're bringing in. You're not now going to pay for cross-country flights for all your smaller sports to go play in Florida and, East Carolina and all these different places. So I just I think that they literally have nowhere to go. I think that Gloria Nevarez has shown she can play hardball a little bit with teams, and maybe they just want to get them so bad that they're willing to do something. I don't know. I don't know what the presentation was that she gave yesterday in terms of what that was, just telling them about the league, or if it included some sort of extra deal. I really don't know. But I just, you saw Craig Thompson when he came on with me and Prater a couple weeks ago. He said you saw how people are still ticked off about the Boise State thing. Just what would it be like now all of a sudden if you have 3 teams getting separate deals and things like that? So you're muted, Jay. But I don't know. I nothing against Washington State. I just don't think that the Mountain West has any reason, because they have all the leverage at this point.
Every Mountain West media days, literally every media days, some way, shape, or form that topic comes up. I mean, in the final years of Craig Thompson, when they were negotiating the new TV deal, everybody asked, is Boise State still going to get that extra cut? When Gloria Nevarez took over, obviously everybody wanted to know if she was still going to, keep that same standard and give Boise State the extra cut. And the answer has always been yes, because when Boise State committed to, not going to the Big East and staying in the Mountain West Conference, that deal was good forever. I mean, that's what the arrangement was. And so Craig Thompson always said that he was going to honor his word, and that's what he's done so far. Or that's what he did while he was commissioner. And I agree with you, man. I don't think the AAC is a great move for Washington State. I don't love that. Especially even if it is a couple more $1 million when it comes to what they could potentially make in TV revenue in the short term. I think if you add them to the Mountain West, when they renegotiate their TV deal in a few years, it'll make up for that. And then at that point in time, you're stuck paying a boatload for cross-country travel for all your varsity sports teams. BJ, I have another reason why, though. I think Boise State fans should really be eager and excited to see this happen. And that is because, maybe the Mountain West has to blow up their scheduling ideas by adding 2 more teams. But think of it like this. Right now, every year for the foreseeable future, Boise State has partnerships or whatever. They've been teamed up with Utah State and New Mexico as their 2 teams that they play every year, right?
Okay.
And then everybody else kind of rotates around.
The New Mexico one is dumb.
Thank you. That's my point. It makes no sense at all, other than the fact that it's a game that Boise State is going to probably win because they've beaten them 95% of the time, if not more. There's only that one loss that they've had against New Mexico, probably more than that in terms of winning percentage. But anyway, if that happens, what if all of a sudden, Boise State geographically is very close to Oregon State and Washington State, and all of a sudden maybe those become their in-season, permanent, partners or whatever you want to say when it comes to the schedule. So every single year, fans will know that they are either going to or getting to watch Oregon State or Washington State in Albertson Stadium. Pullman and Corvallis, I think when you look at the college towns currently in the Mountain West, Pullman and Corvallis would immediately rise to the very top, if not near the top. I mean, San Diego State's fun to go to, but I mean, come on now, like San Jose State, Wyoming, Albuquerque's got great food, but I would much rather go to Pullman or Corvallis to experience those college towns. So, I mean, that would be amazing if that were to happen, I think.
Yeah, this is an interesting. There's some, a lot of obviously comments, reactions coming in on the ICCU YouTube chat. This is an interesting one here, Jay. What are the chances that, and our friend Derek Morales brings it up, could Washington State or Oregon State demand that Boise State give up the home rights deal as a condition of joining what would BSU or the Mountain West do? So what if maybe now all of a sudden the Wazoo and OSU have a little leverage? They say, we'll join, but we want everybody getting the same amount. We don't want Boise State getting the extra 1.8. What do you think would happen if that happened?
I think that we've seen like the Mountain West's reaction to that so far, and I don't necessarily see that being sacrificed. It's crazy to me that like if 9 of the 12 presidents and athletic directors in the Mountain West come together and they vote on something, then that can cause a massive shift in whatever they're voting on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of one of those deals where no, the commissioner is like, we voted on this before. It is what it is. I would just be shocked if that was in play.
I agree. I guess I wonder what's more likely: Boise State giving up their money, or to make everybody even, or Washington State, Oregon State getting a similar deal to what Boise State got. Probably that one if you had to. But I mean, if you're New Mexico, if you're Wyoming, like you don't have a choice. Like you have nowhere. Like you need this to work. If that's what it takes, I guess you sign off on it. But again, a lot of these are new presidents and athletic directors that weren't part of the Boise State deal, and a lot of them aren't happy with that. And so I don't know if they're willing to do that again. For two new teams. But we'll keep the talk going in just a second. I want to thank our friends over at Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. Check them out. They're donating more than $300,000 over the 5-year period to Boise State student scholarships, the men's basketball team, the women's basketball team. They're doing a lot of other great things in the community. So TacoBellWorks.com. Get more information. SON Management and the Nicolason family. We're excited to be doing a live broadcast down from the front of the Taco Bell location later this season for a football game, maybe for a basketball game as well. So head on over to Taco Bell. We appreciate their support of Bronco Nation News. We are in the Cutwater Spirits mobile studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. Pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. Our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. You heard Leon Rice talking about it. He had his garage done. He hasn't been, couldn't be happier with the job they did for him. So roepaint.com. Check them out. 1-day concrete coatings, 5 times stronger than epoxy. Jay, we're getting closer. 2 weeks from today, we'll have your appearance fee ready to go. But 2 weeks from today, we will attempt to broadcast a show live from the back of a F-150 Lightning vehicle. Somebody asked me if the vehicle would be moving. I don't believe so. I believe we're just going to be in the showroom there inside Lithia Ford of Boise. But I don't know if you've ever you've probably done some sort of Zoom interview, or I'm sure you've done interviews. I don't know if you've ever broadcast from the inside of your vehicle, maybe some Friday Night Football thing at some point in your career, Jay. But we will attempt to broadcast live from the F-150 Lightning and tell you all about the new electric vehicles they have coming out from Ford at Lithia Ford of Boise. That'll be September 8th, 9 a.m., the day before the UCF game. We're looking forward to that. And we did confirm, Jay, Uncle Burns, Uncle Duryea story time coming up Tuesday night. We're going to be over at the new ICCU Esports Arena at the Boise State Esports Arena. It's sponsored by ICCU. I'm not sure if you've ever been in there, Jay, but it's an awesome setup, and they're going to let us use the little stage they have there and the broadcast area. And Mike Burns, Tim Duryea telling stories with Tyson Degenhart Tuesday night at 7 o'clock on the Tyson Degenhart Show, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union. So looking forward to Duryea and Burns telling some stories and seeing the esports arena. They're all big with Idaho Central Credit Union, and we appreciate what they are doing for us as well. But
I didn't know that Tyson was obligated to do a 7-hour broadcast.
That's why we're starting at 7, not 8.
I don't know how on earth you're going to fit story time with Mike Burns and Tim Duryea into an hour-long window. At least Tyson's not going to have to talk a lot. Probably.
I was going to say, Tyson usually has a whole sheet, with like 20 questions on it or whatever. And I might do
5.
I might just say hit. Press the red button and go, and you're going to be fine. Yeah,
yep.
That's going to be a fun one. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Looking forward to that. We got a lot going on next Wednesday. Next Wednesday night, I should say. We got a big week next week. 3 nights in a row of live shows. We'll have the Sanford and Johnny show on Monday night. Tuesday night is the Tyson Degenhart show, and then Wednesday night, hoping you can join us for a few minutes, Jay. We're going to have all the contributors on from BNN Wednesday evening for the season preview show. So we're going to have 10 to 15 minutes with all the different hosts. We'll be on for an hour and a half or so. 2 hours, a big season-long extravaganza, and that is for subscribers only. So make sure you jump in, subscribe, do what the other 728 people have done, and subscribe to Bronco Nation News. We're now offering Jay Tust a gift card to the James. Gift card to the James is one of the options you can choose from. We shouldn't have
that play out the other day. I saw that play out.
You were there that day, so we shouldn't have to bribe you. The content is good enough by itself, but you can choose.
Listen to Johnny. I mean, maybe a little bit there.
That is true. That is true. But we have you can now choose from a round of golf at Timberstone, a gift card to Taco Bell, or a gift card to the Blue and or what would we got? The James. I wrote back to somebody saying you could pick one, and the guy goes yes, like thinking he was getting all 3. No, you get one of the 3. But we'd love to have you subscribe. Do it before Wednesday. $70 one-time fee for the whole year, and you'll have access to our live. Exclusive subscriber only season preview Wednesday night. You can hear from Mike We actually have Mike Sanford and Kent Riddle are going to come on and kick off the show. And Kent Riddle and Mike Sanford talking at the beginning. And they've obviously got ties with Scott Huff and a lot of connections over there with Lee Marks and the crew over there at UW. So we're going to talk to them about that. And then I believe it's you and Prater, I believe, we're hoping to have come on together for your segment. And then Johnny and Jordan will wrap it up, I think. We'll see if we can make that happen. I know you're going to be on the desk on Wednesday night, so we'll see if we can make that work for 10, 15 minutes. But, back to the realignment thing for a minute. I did want to talk about the spread, by the way. I have it here somewhere. Down to 15 here at Circa Resort and Casino. Boise State, Washington, it's been 17. It's been 16.5. And it's kind of some money kind of has been coming in, I guess, on Boise State over the last couple of weeks. When we were here at Media Days, Jay, it was 16.5. And now the Circa Sportsbook downstairs, 15 is now the current spread for Boise State, Washington.
Washington lost their star running back this week.
Is that really what dropped it a 1.5? I wish I would have known what it was 2 days ago, but yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, it does seem, I know he was the leading returning rusher, but it does sound like that, at least reading some of the stuff, they had some other capable guys ready to go. But you might be right. 1.5 losing the running back. Maybe that might be it.
I also think the closer and closer we get the kickoff. I don't mean to be overly optimistic here, but I've seen what I've seen, and I think the Boise State's offense can hang a little bit, and all of a sudden 15 seems like a lot. That's basically saying, you look at what Washington State can do on Washington State. Well, you look at what Washington State can do on offense. No, I'm kidding. You look at what Washington can do on offense. They could easily put up 40, but I think a realistic number, let's just say 38. You're telling me Boise State's offense isn't going to score 23 points in that game? I personally think they will. That's just me.
I would say if Boise State keeps this thing within 15, you're saying that's I won't say massive. I don't say massive win. That seems like there's no moral victories, but I think anything within 20, top 10 team on the road. If you keep it within 20, keep it in less than 20, I would say you're leaving there like as a fan thinking okay about the season. If you go there and lose 45-7 or something, then all of a sudden you're like, okay. But I think if Boise State covers the spread, that would be as close as you can get to an actual win as you can. I think as long as you don't embarrass yourself, if you're Boise State, just make it somewhat competitive, which I think is within 20 points. I would say that's a moral victory for Boise State.
Knowing what they're breaking in on defense, I would say yes.
Nick Bowman says take the plus 520. He says Boise State's winning the game.
All right.
Plus 520 here at Circa. Yeah.
Mountain Lake's a tough place to play. God, we are a week away from really actually getting to see this.
We'll both be in Seattle this time next week doing the show.
It's so funny, man, because we get so excited to talk about football season, right? And then this last week of August, if I'm just going to be honest with all of you, it gets to a point where we don't have much more to say. We don't. We can continue to break down position battles and do all this stuff, but it's it just gets to a point where, God, can we just figure this out? Can we see them against somebody else? Can we stop guessing and actually get some answers to all of this? And we're so close to that finally being the case. Excited to see this offense in action. We've said that now, for 25 days, but really even further ago than that. Can this defensive line hold up against a stout Washington offensive line and a quarterback on Michael Penix Jr. that really knows how to get the ball out quickly and also has a strong arm? We're going to get answers to all this so soon. I'm excited also just to feel the energy of game week, game day, all of that stuff that makes college football season so unique to us, BJ. And it's almost here. It is oh so close.
Well, I've had a lot of self-reflection time on this trip, just thinking where BNN has come in 2 years, and the fact that we're down here with, the 670 the score in Chicago and ESPN Houston, and the fact that we're, here as part of a deal where a massive casino wants to, pay us to be down here and do this. It's pretty cool. And one of the things that's kind of led to that, Jay, is my first game on the Boise State beat back in 2013 was Boise State at Washington. So
bring up that game.
I think I've said it on this show numerous times, but I heard all about Kellen Moore and all about Boise State. I'd seen all the games and how great the offense was. And I come out here, my first game, they lose 38-6 or 36-8 or something. And I deleted it, but the first line of my story was I moved out here for this bleep. And, it was kind of and it turned out that the 2013 season wasn't the greatest of seasons for my debut season. Chris Peterson then leaves. I'm staking out an airport at midnight with Brian Murphy in the 10-degree weather. They hire Chris Peterson at Washington. Harsin comes in. It's been quite the quite the run. But as I enter my 11th, you got here. What was your first year? 2012 or 2011?
I got to experience the final year.
You're on your 13th season covering Boise State football. I believe.
Unbelievable, man.
I'm on number 11 myself. I think right now. I mean, I guess you got Prater, obviously, who's got us both beat. But in terms of like the either TV guys or newspaper guys, now I think you and me, you're the 13 is number 1, and I'll go right behind you. And then obviously Prater, I think's got all of us beat. And Tom Scott and some of those guys that have been covering this team for years. But in terms of folks that are actively traveling and covering the team, man, we've pretty much seen a lot the last 11 years. And I think there is a reason for excitement. I agree with you. But sometimes we also get a little jaded because we're not at, I'm sure the Washington media are thinking the same thing. I mean, you see practice, you see them, they do. But I do think there is reason for optimism when it comes to Boise State's offense. Some of the questions are on defense, but again, if you hear the talking points at the scrimmages and stuff, it sounds like they're feeling pretty good about the defense as well. So I don't remember. Did we talk? We talked. It was either you or Jordan that we talked about the odds. I think we were at the. Did we talk odds on the season win total and stuff from Circa? Okay. Well, as we wrap up the show, I'll get your take on this. 8. The over under for here at Circa Resort and Casino is 8 for Boise State. Now it's minus 145. You got to give up some juice, but and obviously neither of us, officially actually wager anything related to Boise State. But if you're going to the window, man, I know it's minus 145 for 8 wins, but I see no way this team only wins 7 games, and this is regular season only. Talked about it with Prater yesterday, but 7-5, just there's no way. Andy Avalos might be gone if they're 7-5 this year. I think at worst they're 8-4. Which means you get a push, but I think there's a very good chance they're 9-3 or even 10-2. I think 8 wins seems awfully low for the over-under for this team.
BJ, come on now, man. We are within a week of kicking this thing off. There is no reason to live in doubt, no reason for doubt to consume you, right? You live in optimism at this point in time in the season. They might go undefeated, BJ. They might blow 8 wins out of the freaking water. 8 wins seems low. I'm kidding. 8 wins seems a lot. I mean, it's Boise State, man. 8 wins. I mean, that's a bad season for the Broncos. I know they have a ridiculously tough schedule.
Yep.
But I think that they find a way to at least clear that. And here's the deal. I'm taking the over anyways because I'll push all day on 8. I don't think that
you got to give up some juice. It's minus 145.
Whatever.
Here at Circa, but I would think 8.5 is probably a better number, to be honest. But if they're going to give you 8, I would guarantee yourself pretty much a push. That would be awesome.
I'm gonna guess, looking at the bright lights of the Circa Sports Casino, that they know what they're doing when it comes to setting these lines. 8.5 would be a little more difficult, I think, if you have to pick one way or the other. If 8 is a push, man, again, I'm taking the over all day long with that, and knowing that the history, the tradition of Boise State, man, it is almost guaranteed they're not going to let it dip below that number, but.
Jordan says, preach Tust, 1-0 mentality, going to be a great season. So
no, Jordan, I don't have a 1-0 mentality. I got a 13-0 mentality, brother. Okay, 14, I want to be eating Tostitos down in Arizona for the Fiesta Bowl come New Year's. Okay, that's my plan.
I'll never forget when the Armand Nance in 2014 they were sponsored by Vizio, and he's still holding up wearing the sombrero and holding up.
Why didn't anybody throw Armand on the TV, man? He could have hoisted this thing up.
The box or something. I don't know what they are now, but Jay, man, appreciate you for switching up the time. Always appreciate it. I know you're juggling some stuff with the family, so we appreciate you making it work today. And we'll be watching all weekend. Another big high school weekend tonight, right?
Yeah, man. Hey, how about Mike Altieri, the former Boise State player? He's coaching the Boise Brave right now. They won 42-0 last night. BJ, I have never seen the Brave put in anywhere near that type of effort against anyone in my 13 years here. Mike Altieri working his magic over there with the Brave. Pretty cool.
Wow. Well, we've got our millionaires that are ready to come on and join us, so we're looking forward to catching up with them. Don't go anywhere here. We got they won the $1 million in the contest, and they're big Boise State fans, actually, so we're going to talk to you about that. They're a little higher on the basketball team than maybe they are on Talon Green. I hate to say that. From the conversation yesterday, this guy that won, I think call yourself a professional sports gambler if you win $1 million in a contest like this. You're not going to want to miss their thoughts on Talon Green here in just a second. But Jay, appreciate you, man.
All right, buddy. Have a good time down there. We'll see you back in Boise.
Appreciate you, man. Monday will be the Andy Avalos press conference again. Don't go anywhere. We're excited to have our winners of the contest on here in just a second. But first, want to tell you about the blueandorangestore.com. The blueandorangestore.com, free shipping, any order over $40 at the blueandorangestore.com. And if you're in the Boise area, you can just go check out the Boise Town Square Mall. They're on the second floor next to Pro Image. They have all your Boise State gear there as well. You guys can come get in the background here too. And I was hoping you're going to bring the Blazers though. United Commercial Insurance, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com, 229-8222. Check out UnitedCommercialInsurance.com for all your business insurance needs. Ridley's Family Markets, 13 locations in the state of Idaho as well. Check them out at shopridleys.com. We appreciate their support of Bronco Nation News. I mentioned we're down here at the Ultimate Contest Weekend, $14 million in guaranteed prizes, and we have one of our groups of winners that are gracing us with their presence right now. How you guys doing?
Great. How are you?
Good. So one of you other guys can hold the mic here now. If you might go ahead and give us your names and stuff. Sorry, we're doing this on the fly here, but tell us the backstory, where you're from, how you guys got together, and
So Brian Kestering from Detroit. This is my brother-in-law, Anthony, on the headset. So my other brother-in-law, Zach, is one of our very good friends, John Miller, here standing behind us. We got into this through Derek and Circa. We do some business with them back home.
Okay.
I do through one of our radio stations. And then I offered it to these three guys. I said, hey, you guys want to split an entry and go for it. And that's how we, came to be. And we watched a ton of football together, and it just made sense. And it took off from there.
I know you got some Boise State thoughts here that we're going to get to because I've already been hyping people. I've already been hyping people up here that you had some good, maybe not so good thoughts on the basketball and the football teams. We will obviously get to that here shortly. But what was it like getting in the contest, and how easy was it to agree on the picks and things each week? And tell us about that.
So
Go ahead.
we spend so much time together. It's a good relationship where we can tell each other that you're an idiot. That's dumb. We're not going to do it. But anyways, we really kept our head down throughout the contest and said, you have to pick one game per week. I'm going to pick one game per week. You're going to pick one game per week. And we kept to that and then kind of debated over the fifth pick.
Okay.
It's tough to find 5 NFL games that you really like every week. That's the point of it, obviously. But.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did the Survivor last year, but it was like when we lost, of course, you had the one guy saying, oh, I didn't like that pick. I'm like, well, then why didn't you speak up a little more? Like, come on. Like, and so was there any, were you guys at all ever? Like,
Lions, Carolina, we had to tell some people that it was off the table. Lions, Carolina, we knew the Lions were probably walking into one there as hot as they were, flying close to the sun. A couple of off-the-record text messages were going around to keep certain people away from picking the Lions that weekend. But other than that,
so you had to trust the guy. When you guys made the pick, you just said, okay. Even if you didn't like it, you just said, okay.
If you like it, that's your pick for the week. We're all equal skin in the game. There's no debating it, and that's kind of, that's how we operated. Like Anthony said, we just kind of went with it, and it worked out.
So were you near the top all season? Did you make a late run? What was the sweat like get later in the season as you guys had a chance here?
So I'll give it to him. Zach was in town.
You got it. If you're talking, you got to hold the mic.
Yeah,
otherwise,
hold the mic
give
up.
it to him.
So Zach was in town, and I'll let him tell the story of when we finally realized that we were in this, and it was going to be real.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're having dinner.
Get a little closer.
Yeah.
To your mic.
So we were having dinner in our local town, and what weekend was it? Was it around Thanksgiving? Yeah, it's like Thanksgiving weekend, and I had been keeping track of our picks every week on my phone, who had what, and I just looked down and I'm like, wow, we're on the second page of these standings. And how many people were in it last year? I want to say like 6,000, 5,000.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wow, we're tied for what was it, like 60th place, and we're like, I think there was like 3 weeks left or 4 weeks left at that point. And we're like,
like 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Okay.
Yeah.
And we just said, let's go all in and try to win this. And I think obviously we tied for first the final quarter. And
it was kind of funny. It was December 6th or 7th. I worked for a company for about 7-8 months. I got noticed I was getting laid off. And as I'm in the meeting with the HR laying me off, I texted these guys, we got to win Circa now. I just lost my job. And I think from there, the fourth quarter, we hit
our stride after that point.
14-0-1.
Yeah, we went on like 14-0-1 to finish.
Who had the one? Come on.
We were on the. Who was it?
No, it was the Bills game.
It was the Bills game that ended up push.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had
the Bills game or the DeMar Hamlin game. We were on it that night.
Yeah.
Zach did finish the season 8-0.
Yeah, we have to his last 8 picks. Everybody.
Yeah, I hit 8 picks in a row to finish the year. But
so did you get this? So you won the quarterly prize too for quarter 4?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You had to split that with somebody, or
we tied for first. Yeah.
Oh, you only got what, 125 or something?
105.
Yeah.
Oh, 105. Okay. All right. Okay, give us the Boise. So I guess you're doing it again, I assume.
Obviously.
Any change in strategy or
It's in my 401k plan now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be happening every year.
Yeah.
Who spent the most money out of the winnings?
Me for sure.
2 weddings in a wedding last year, wedding that last year.
Yeah, I bought a house. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So these guys had a lot of expenses.
And I have 3 kids, so my wife just spends constantly. So
Okay.
And our wives are fully expecting us to win it again, so no pressure. But
What was their reaction when it got down to the last week or two and you thought you really had a chance? I mean, were they the biggest sports fans they've ever been, I guess?
that and I mean,
We have a lifetime pass now to Vegas.
I can watch football with no restrictions the rest of my life. So it's a business.
I used to be a AP top 25 voter for basketball, college basketball.
Oh, nice.
And so I could, no matter what night of the week it was, no matter what game it was, I could tell my wife I was working.
Yeah.
I was like, this UNC Clemson game or whatever. It's like, Kentucky and Michigan State or whoever. Like, sorry, I got to watch this game. I'm working. So
Right.
I get that's got to be nice. Yeah. So we're entering both contests as well. I'm looking forward to it. We got a lot of viewers down here, but as you said, you kind of set the bar high once you win the contest. But we saw you guys last night. I mentioned you should have brought the Blazers, but what has it been like just since you won? I know, like you said, you're just paying off some debt, buying some things. I mean, what has this experience the last several months been like?
This one won.
Yeah, it was a fun 15 minutes of fame. I mean, Derek was such a great host. Brought us out the final week of the season to watch, that famous Lions-Packers game now. So that was incredible in itself, just to, win it and be here in the owner's box and with everybody and Aaron, live blogging the entire thing. And that was an unreal experience.
The Circa team, Max, is what made this experience so sweet for us individually. Because, the Detroit connection with Derek and the way he treated us through that last weekend. And then the following weekend, we were able to bring our wives out and their families out for the ceremonies and what have you. It was just,
That might have been awesome. Was it in this room, I think, or was one of these rooms?
At the D.
It was over at the D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I saw the picture of the check, and I was remembering Happy Gilmore. He's like, just get those big checks over there. But
he's got it framed in his basement.
I was going to say, who got to keep the check? Okay.
I had them shipped back, and then they're one of them's mounted in the basement right now.
Okay, you said one.
Yeah, I had it shipped back, and I had it mounted in the man cave downstairs. But to Anthony's point, this is the premier contest for if you like sports gambling, if you watch a ton of NFL football. Derek and what his team does here is world class, and we're very fortunate to be a part of it. And like Anthony said, the Detroit connection and coming out here, and the way it all played out for us was just awesome.
Okay, so now we'll get to the fun stuff here. Now everyone's loving you, but now they maybe not after we hear your football takes on Boise State. But let's start with football. I know we'll end with the good. I know last night you were talking to me about Boise State basketball. You're obviously very aware of what's going on there. Tell me your thoughts on the football team, Taylon Green, what you know about Boise State football, the blue field, and what you're thinking there. The over-under is 8 out here at Circa for Boise State regular season wins. What are you thinking here?
I think the biggest question mark I have is the value of Boise winning the conference. I see Air Force and San Diego State as the value plays if you're picking a conference winner. My concern on Taylon Green is he's ultra talented, right? He's as gifted of an athlete as there is in college football. If they put too much on his back too long, I think there's a cumulative effect to that, his performance, right?
Okay.
Think Josh Allen early last year with the Bills. Every fourth down, they relied on him to convert. Taylon Green, Boise relies on him so often to make plays off script.
Yeah.
I don't think that's sustainable. So, as I know they got a new offensive coordinator, and they're trying to kind of rein him in a little bit and play to his strengths. I get that. But to rely on the off script too long is very, very challenging. So that's where I'm kind of fading that.
And I have the conference championship odds here somewhere. I don't know if I can find them on the fly. This is how our graphics are. We just take a picture of the paper and put it up there. But
like San Diego State.
They're plus 14 or no, plus 700.
Pretty Hoke. They have a system. I know they have a converted DB at quarterback too, but they know what they're getting into. I think there's a lot more unknowns with the Boise situation.
Yeah.
And then Air Force, again, major system. They have a process.
Yeah.
They have a lot of maturity in their roster. I think there's a lot of value with those two teams.
And Air Force is plus 400. They do finish the regular season. Air Force is at Boise State on Black Friday.
So that's tough.
To finish the regular season. So that could be the game that decides maybe.
My projection is that
those two?
Yeah.
And then you got the conference championship game, obviously. But I know you are a little higher on the basketball program, correct?
I think Leon Rice is an absolute gem of a coach. Their commitment to grinding on people is like me as a bettor, that they're going to get every loose ball. They're going to, out-possession their opponents by earning rebounds and what have you. And then just find a way to grit out tough buckets late is it's awesome. You're lucky to have him as
Boise basketball. This guy's living his dream right now, breaking down Boise hoops basketball.
Well,
so when you want to know what the contest can do for you, it's right here.
Yeah. Well, you came over last night. So you said you're the Boise guys. I think I follow you on Twitter.
I do. You provide great content. I know the Canadian tour. You're excited about the roster this year.
Well, but you weren't just like you mentioned. Oh, I know Shaver. The first thing you said was, "I know Shaver's gone," and I was like, "All right, he knows his stuff."
Yeah.
He knows. I was like, "All right, that's good. That is."
Maybe he can bore you with it next time, and instead of texting me with it on a random Tuesday night in February.
Because he has kind of like Leon has kind of carried through a go-to guy sort of offense, and it's going to be a little bit different this year. I think that's the wild card.
And everybody loves Mountain West basketball because it's on at midnight, or Boise State football and Boise State basketball is kind of when Boise State plays those 8:30 p.m. games. It's like the post primetime game, and everyone's lost all their money, and it's like, what game hasn't started yet? Oh, Boise State. Yeah, there you go.
He's got 3 kids, so that's his quiet time. Yeah. So that's when he's dialed in.
We got to get you to the blue, man. we got to make this happen. Get you to the blue turf at some point. But awesome stuff. What would be your final pitch or message, I guess, to fans that are on the fence about signing up for the contest?
Get out here, sign up, see Circa. It's awesome. It's a great experience. It's the mecca for sports betting, as I like to say.
Look at us. These 4 idiots won it. I mean, come on. There's no reason you can't win it either.
Yeah.
So
we were, I like the quarterly option because if you do a bad start, you can refocus for 4 or 5 weeks and try to do it. But
we had a rough 2-week stretch. We were actually out here for his bachelor party here at Circa, and we kind of had we went like 1-1 or 1-3-1 or something like that. Something like, and it kind of fell off my radar. And that's when when we all got together over the holidays, we were kind of like, whoa, we're actually back in this now. So So to your point, the quarterly keeps you in it. And you got to keep going and keep making picks, and it's great.
And you get $100,000 for last place.
I was going to say that. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, last place pays too. So
if you're not any good at it,
we actually at one point switched and tried to go for the last place, and then we started getting them right. And we're like,
it's hard.
You can't do anything.
It's picking a winner.
Those guys were all great guys.
For last place.
Big booty Judy's.
I did the Survivor last year as well, and we survived the first couple of chaos weeks. Where I think like 75% were gone in the first couple of weeks. We survived that. We were down to like the final 1,100 or something, and then of all teams, the Chiefs got us in week 4, I think it was, against the Colts.
I do remember that.
A weird game with like fumbles, interceptions. They had no business losing that game, and I was watching that with my kids, and they don't know anything about sports gambling or what potentially was on the line, and I'm like, they're acting like they're upset because I'm upset, and I couldn't really say much about why I was upset, but. Awesome stuff, guys. Appreciate you. We got the live broadcast.
Just doing a little video here.
There you go.
For the peeps back home.
There you go. We're happy to have you guys, man. And
thank you for having
hopefully
us.
We can do this again next year. By the way, someone commented to ask if is this the year Boise State can get the first tournament win? They're 0-9, I think, all time.
They've had rough draws the last 2 years. So Memphis was way more athletic than them 2 years ago, and then this year they ran into a buzzsaw of Northwestern. They were unfortunate with their draws. If they get in this year, fate will have it. I don't have any science behind that opinion, but
he knows his stuff, man. It's awesome. I never thought on this trip I was going to find someone to break down the Boise State basketball
promoting his services.
Yes. But appreciate you, man, and we're looking forward to the contest and seeing you guys hopefully have some more success this year. And man, I can't imagine how cool it's been for you guys the last several months. And don't blow it all. Put some in savings or something. Come on, but
trying to.
I'll put it all on the
Our
Broncos.
wives
the over. Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Coming out. There they are, the winners of the Circa Millions contest. Appreciate you guys so much for coming out, and best of luck with everything with the wedding and everything else you guys got going. Exciting last year, it sounds like, in their lives. So awesome stuff. Again, you can sign up. Circa Millions, $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, $8 million guaranteed. And what a cool concept that these guys are. 4 buddies got together, made some picks, and they won $1 million, over $1 million, because they won the quarterly prize as well for the fourth quarter. So if any of you are interested, I can still help you out here. We can make that happen. I'm going to be signing up some folks today, and very excited about this. And How about just a random, sports bettor talking Boise State basketball? Yeah, we were sitting there last night, and he's like, "Oh, you're the Boise guy." And he goes, "Yeah, man, I know Shaver's gone, but they should be good this year, right?" And I mean, if you're some guy from Detroit and you know that Marcus Shaver is now gone for basketball, like, you obviously know what you're talking about. So that was awesome. So great stuff. Appreciate those guys. And looks like we got good viewership still, so a lot of you guys must have liked that as well. So Boise State basketball talk from the professional sports gamblers down here at Circa Sports. So having fun, going to sign up for the contest. And again, if you're interested, let me know. We can split an entry or get some folks involved. And again, $8 million guaranteed to the survivor winners, $6 million to Circa Millions. And how crazy is this? How cool is this? The Bronco Nation News is down here at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas as part of a contest weekend. And Radio Row is buzzing. We got stations from Houston and Las Vegas here, and Chicago, and all across the country, St. Louis. It's pretty cool that we're down here in that Circa Resort and Casino. Wanted us down here and paid us to be down here, and we're having a lot of fun down here talking sports and getting ready for the season. Week 0 tomorrow. There are some Mountain West games on tap. 7 games going on. We got some games, Mountain West games as well. I took some pictures of the odds before I came up here. Let us know your favorite Mountain West game tomorrow in terms of the odds. We've got, let's see what we got here. San Diego State is down to -2.5. And then you've got Hawaii is getting 17.5 at Vanderbilt. And San Jose State is a 31.5 point underdog at USC. So San Diego State is at home against Ohio. But, and again, that's 2.5 point spread. But Hawaii and San Jose facing tough challenges on the road as we get to 0 week. And as I said, the spread is coming down. It's down to 15. Down to 15 points is the spread now for Boise State, Washington. Started at 17 and then is down to 15. So Perry says, I thought I was great, making $535 last year on Pool Host. Derek says he's honestly impressed. Dude knows his stuff. I mean, how many guys? I mean, the fact that he knew right away about Memphis and Northwestern, and then the thing is, he knows Boise State, but I think he knows all the teams. Like, if you ask me right now who San Diego State played in the first round last year of the tournament, I'm not sure I could tell you. That was pretty cool. And we had a good time last night. They had a little cocktail hour, happy hour. If you came on late, I want to show you this footage again. This was last night at Circa Resort and Casino. They put on a show with the the bar tenders and stuff. And this was the last night at Circa Resort Casino. You need 7 shots. You order 7 shots at the bar. How about 7 shots being poured at one time? 7 shots at one time. Look at this. Right into the cup down there. Out of the way. Pretty impressive here. You get to have fun like this. You're in Las Vegas, right? You're having fun. Not sure what the shots were. No, I did not take one of those. Those were actually for the guys that just joined us. Owner Derek Stevens took care of those guys and got that shot for them as when they showed up as the winner here of the contest. So it's just a lot of fun, and I really can't wait for the Mountain West basketball tournament. Derek says they understand the majority better than the majority of the fan base, how tough those draws were. Yeah, no doubt about it. But I said it already, but make plans. The Mountain West basketball tournament, I know we got a football tournament first, or a football season first, but the Mountain West basketball tournament, start making plans now. Start convincing your wife to let you go. Start finding childcare plans for the kids. Convince your husband to let you go. Whoever wants to come down. We're going to have a huge event at Stadium Swim on the Friday. I think they may even give us the owner's cabana if we could pull that off and have a huge event, all-day pool party out here at Stadium Swim, watching the Big 10, Big 12 tournament games on ACC. There'll be games on all day, conference tournaments. We'll be hanging out, having some beverages, hanging out in the pool, and then hopefully going to watch Boise State in the semifinals. ESPN now showing 14.5, so it's coming down even a little more. We'll have to go check that Circa line again. But make plans. Join us, Mountain West basketball tournament here at Circa Resort and Casino. Again, it is the largest sports book in the world. I showed this at the beginning of the show, but if you're just joining us now, Circa Sports, square footage-wise, the largest sports book in the world. Had some golf on this morning. Got some baseball getting ready to get fired up. But you look at those odds over there on the wall, and then all the seating. Both sides, they have movie theater, stadium-style seating. And then in the middle, all these tables you can reserve and recliners, and they'll have power outlets and things on it. It's pretty impressive what they have, all the different options for the Circa Circa Sports, and they've now got it in, as I said, they've got it in Reno. They've got one here in Henderson, some different places. They're spreading the Circa Sports brand. It is now in 5 states across the country, and they're going places. So pretty cool. As Jordan says, Mountain West Tournament in Vegas, can't miss. Bronco Nation News, Bronco Nation community down there together is so great. So we're going to have some events. We're going to have some promo codes. I am going to have promo codes so you can stay at Circa or stay at Golden Gate or the D, 2 other properties right here on Fremont Street that they both own as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun for the Mountain West basketball tournament, and we hope that you will join us. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. I think I mentioned all the sponsors. I hopefully did. But our title sponsor, rowpaint.com, obviously, and Lithia Ford of Boise, ICCU, Taco Bell, the Blue and Orange Store, Boise Dentistry Co., Bauscher Real Estate. I don't think I mentioned Matt. Bauscher Real Estate, the best in the business. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, BauscherRealEstate.com. Make sure you check him out. Lean Feast, go get some healthy eating at Lean Feast. Loving those folks and what they're doing. They're now feeding the basketball team and the football team at Lean Feast. So check them out, leanfeast.com/Meridian. United Commercial Insurance, Boise Dentistry Co. You go down the line, all of our great sponsors making this possible. And again, big thanks to Circa Resort and Casino, and transportation compliance service, by the way, as well. Transcomservice.com. If you're looking for a new job, get into the trucking industry, you will not be disappointed. Transcomservice.com for all of the permits and things you need. But as I said already, like, it's crazy, man. Like, one of the coolest, biggest, casinos in Las Vegas, is got a relationship with Bronco Nation News, and it's because of you guys. It really is. You guys, the comments you make on social media, it's coming and staying here. It's going and supporting all the other sponsors. It all matters. I mean, it's dumb as it sounds. If you go use one of our sponsors and you tag me in a tweet and I can show it to the sponsor, like, that really means something. If you go tell the owner when you stop by, hey, thanks for supporting BNN, like, that stuff really matters. It really works. And we've had a really, great run here so far in 20 months or so, whatever it's been with Bronco Nation News. And it's because the advertisers are getting value in their subscription to this point, or in their sponsorship deals to this point. So please continue to support the sponsors. Please make it public when you do, so we can let them know. And that includes Circa Resort and Casino here. Let me know when you're ever wanting. I can get we're going to work on a promo code, but if you're ever coming down here, let me know and I'll make sure I take care of you and get you a decent rate, and we'll try to get you a spot out at the pool and stuff. So they love folks from Boise. We had the owner, Derek Stevens, on yesterday. I was talking to him last night. He said our setup was one of the best, by the way. He loves the live comments and things that we can do. So appreciate Derek Stevens, everybody, Darren Banks, Tyler Mays. I mentioned, Stephen Kelly, Aaron Oster, everybody, Brooke Sanchez with Circa. We really appreciate their support. David, the whole crew, they're just awesome to work with down here. And we're going to keep hopefully growing this relationship bigger. And so please support the sponsors. Please come down and check out Circa Sports Stadium Swim next time you're down here in Las Vegas. So we got week 0 games tomorrow. I'll be out at the pool for Navy Notre Dame, 11:30 Pacific time tomorrow. Looking forward to that. I'll be in the pool in the Stadium Swim Sportsbook watching the Navy Notre Dame game tomorrow. Looking forward to that. We got Mountain West games all day. And then we're back to Boise early Sunday morning. Andy Avalos press conference on Monday. And game week finally here. Boise State at Washington a week from tomorrow up there at Husky Stadium. So going to be a fun next 7-8 months. It already has been, but we're going to roll this thing right into football season, into basketball season, and let's enjoy the ride, folks. It's going to be fun, and Bronco Nation News will be every step of the way, every home game, every road game, football, basketball, you name it. Jordan K, Mike Prater, myself, we got a ton of coverage planned for you throughout the season. So go read Jordan K's article on Chris Peterson, by the way. Chris Peterson was on KTIK radio with Johnny and Prater yesterday. It was a great interview, and Jordan wrote an article about that. You can go read that at bronconationnews.com. And again, final plug, if you want to subscribe, you're liking what you're seeing, we would really appreciate a subscription. And it's $70 one-time fee for the year, just $70. Comes out to like $4.80 a month or something. It's a great value. And we would love to have you. It's barely $1 a week for Boise State coverage. And if you do sign up while we're down here in Las Vegas, I have a couple gift cards left to the James Kitchen and Bar, $25. Go get yourself a couple drinks at the James. We have a $20 gift card to Taco Bell, and we also have a free round of golf at Timberstone. So you get your choice: golf, Taco Bell, or food and drinks at the James. If you sign up for a subscription today, just sign up, and then we'll email you and we'll find out and get your address and send you your gift card here in the near future. So appreciate everybody again for checking us out. Radio Row is bumping now. We got stations from all over the country here. Looks like our friends are already doing another radio interview as well. The winners of the contest. So another great day on tap here in Las Vegas. We'll have more coverage for you. I will be on at 4:00 with Bob and Johnny. 4:00, I'll be on with Bob and Johnny. So looking forward to that as well, and talking realignment and everything else that's going on. So have a great rest of your day. Go subscribe. We'd love to have you. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, please go over to the YouTube page real quick, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. Make sure you hit that subscribe button at the bottom of the screen there. Please subscribe on YouTube. We're making a big push here with YouTube subscribers of late, and that's the easiest channel for us to monetize and have some success with. We have, all these different channels. We're trying to kind of narrow the focus to the YouTube channel. And again, if you subscribe next Wednesday, you'll get a private YouTube link only for subscribers. Our season preview show, Mike Sanford and Kent Riddle and me talking Boise State football. We'll have Prater, Johnny, Jordan, Jay, the whole crew is going to jump on. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it's only for paying subscribers at BNN. So jump in now, and you'll get your private link for Wednesday's season preview show. We're really looking forward to that Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a lot of fun, the season preview show. Live shows, by the way, next week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe even Thursday. We got another cool show we're working on that may debut next week as well. So appreciate you guys for checking us out. We'll be back 9 a.m. tomorrow, or 9 a.m. Monday, back in Boise as we get you set for game week. John Mallory will join me there. And again, from Circa Resort and Casino, we'll talk to you at 4:00 on KTIK Radio. Otherwise, go subscribe, $70, get your gift card, and make sure you're following us on the social media channels, including YouTube as well. Have a great rest of your Friday. I'm going to be at the pool here shortly, so we'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News Live. Bronco Nation News from Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, the ultimate contest weekend. I'm actually headed to sign up for the contest right now. 4 entries on behalf of BNN. I came down with a nice wad of cash, $4,000 to sign up for the contest, and hoping BNN. We're actually going to make this fun. One of the contests, we're basically going to take weekly picks from viewers. Give us your best NFL picks every week, and then we're going to have a little BNN entry. And maybe if we get lucky and BNN can win the million, we can have some sort of big prize for everybody. But it's going to be fun. Want to make it listener interactive and have you guys helping out, giving us your best picks for the NFL games every week, who you would take in your survivor pool, things like that. We're going to have a lot of fun here throughout the season. The ultimate contest weekend here at Circa Resort and Casino. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.